we got some announcements revealed about the next few Time Stories sets. This is a series that is going strong.
Yes, and that we're terribly behind.
Yeah,
it's my fault.
We're a couple sets behind. There aren't that many out. It's okay. We don't need to apologize. We're busy.
I'm apologizing not to them, to me.
I'm telling you, you don't have to feel that bad. It's all right.
I want to play them.
It's not your fault. At any rate, they have announced 3 new sets that are going to be coming out in the future that sound pretty interesting. Not too many details, just some settings that we're going to go into, and the titles. So we've got Lumen Fidei. Don't know how to say it. I'm sorry, I don't know how to say it. Sounds Latin, which takes place in medieval Spain, and it looks kind of maybe Templar-ish-esque kind of conspiracy stuff happening in there.
That could be the whole, because I think that was part of the Crusades, because I think also they came
into
Spain, the Muslim, I think there actually was a large Muslim community in Spain around the Templar, and that was a whole fun political landscape.
That sounds like a thing, a little Assassin's Creed-y. Estrella Drive, which is probably the one I'm most excited for, which is like Hollywood, California noir
I'm not
style.
gonna lie, like seeing when you first showed me the images, that was the first one that just caught my eye. I'm like, oh.
Yeah, like that sounds like the coolest place to
go.
go.
I didn't even know what it was. The fact I saw it real, I had a general idea. I'm like, oh, maybe it'd be like a Hitchcock film, kind of,
Sunset Boulevard.
I mean, this is probably just me, but I actually sort of hope all the cards are actually all black and white.
That would be pretty cool. That would be pretty cool. Or L.A. Noire, if you've ever seen that movie. Or no, L.A. Noire is the game. L.A. Confidential is the movie. It's fine. And then Frère de la Côte, which is pirate-themed, which is pretty cool. So it does remind me a lot of Assassin's Creed, where they seem to be running through all those cool major time periods.
I mean,
they're both time travel games.
But I think they're doing it the right way. Like Assassin's Creed, I mean, the first ones are good, but then it came to be, it's like, you're going to Italy. Were we there? Yes. It's like, but this, we're Egypt, movie, like 20 movies, dragons, pirate, like there's much more.
Everything.
There's more jumping, and I think to me that's definitely how Assassin's Creed should have played out, of much more variety in there where they went. So I'm glad that they're being smart. I just hope we get more puzzles like we were hoping from the Asylum Pack.
Yeah, well, speaking of the Asylum Pack also, they talked about, they've heard some feedback from people that are disappointed when they play the base set with a friend who has the game, but if they want to then buy Time Stories, they have to buy Asylum, which they already played. So it sounds like they haven't said anything specifically, but maybe in the future they're going to have base sets for the expansions, so you could choose. You don't have to start with Asylum. You might be able to start with a Dragon one or something else if that's more what you're into.
That's interesting.
I think that's a pretty good idea. I mean, I don't know how that will affect, because it's there's some loose continuity between them, but it's better to have options, especially if you're someone who thinks, oh, I really want to try the Dragon one, but I don't want to have to go through Asylum to get to it. I think it's nice to give people that choice.
Well, the thing is, like I said, we're behind, so I don't know how much the other expansions. But you, if you recall, in our playthrough,
now, don't say any spoilers.
Found something that seemed to imply it would involve other cards from other sets, like it can, pull from. So part of me wonders, are you gonna get that anyway? Is that important? I mean, I'd love to see if the sets do start pulling together into a bigger overarching story. I mean, don't get me wrong, I love my one-shot Monster of the Week sort of style stories, but like, it'd be really cool if they did have an overarching, like, what if that's what the way it worked was, this is the first 4 games all fit, or almost like a TV show, one big story arc. Like, you go through, but in the end you realize blah is behind it all or something.
Friggin' blah.
Blah. But like something like that.
Yeah,
so.
I think the problem from their end is, at a certain point, when you have, they already have, 4 or 5 expansions, and now they're announced 3 more, and they keep coming. It's a hard sell to say to people, we have 12 expansions, you must play them in this order. It's much better for them if someone can just say, oh, I'm going to try this one, I'm going to try this one.
No, you're absolutely right. And I think the way they should implement it would be my idea, unlike a TV show where you do watch chronologically, would be, let's say there are 5 expansions. The first 4 can be played in any order. There's technically standalone. You find clues, but it doesn't matter what the order you find the clues in. The fifth one does really depend on you having the other one. So you don't have to buy and play the fifth one. But the rest would be all standalone. I think that would be a clever way to keep the idea around.
No, that could be good.
That doesn't really ruin it, and you're avoiding one. If you really have a problem, then play all the rest. If you need to be a completionist, you're already going to complete them all.
Yeah, well, that's true. If you're someone who's played more of the further expansions than we have, let us know how that's been going for you. If you're looking forward to
this actually could be it, and we're just saying this stuff.
Yeah.
The problem is we don't want to read anything because we don't want to spoil anything.
Yeah, no spoilers, please. But and which of these sets are you looking forward to the most? Because there's some interesting ones in there. If you enjoyed this video, it was just a snippet of our full-length podcast, which you can find on our YouTube channel every week. So please go ahead, like, and subscribe for more board game-related content coming at you in the future.
And don't forget to check out rollforcrit.com, where we actually sell a lot of the games we talked about, as well as post news and all our other videos. Until then, I'm Will Keeler.
I'm Jonathan Estes, and this is Roll for Crit.